So the Gemara tells us a fascinating thing. When it comes to Chanukah, we know the enemy of the Jewish people in terms of the Chanukah story were the Yavin and the Greeks. And Chazal tell us a fascinating thing, that among the many decrees that the Greeks placed upon the Jewish people, which ultimately motivated the Chashmonaim to rebel against the Greeks, was one particular decree was Kisvu lechem al keren hashar she'ein lechem chelek b'lekei Yisrael, that every Jew had to engrave on the horn of an ox that I don't have a portion in the God of Israel. Okay, what's this thing with the horn of an ox? Like it's a random thing. So there's a number of pshatim that are given for this. One explanation I heard, which is I think fascinating, was that in those days, nowadays we take for granted you have a baby bottle that babies can drink from, but in those days, what was the baby bottles that they would use? So historically, that's what they would do. They would take the horn of an ox, a horn, and they would turn that into a baby bottle. And so the Greeks, what they were saying was that you should engrave on your baby's bottles that I don't have a portion of the God of Israel. In other words, what the Greeks were trying to destroy the Jewish people by already training us and inculcating us from an early age about how we're not special. Oh, we're not special, and that should be the insignia on your baby's bottle. And so, how do we combat Yavin? The Yontif of Chanukah is our victory over Yavin. So, what's our avaita then? What should we be doing in order to connect to the victory of the Jewish people over the Yavanim? The answer is that we have to tell our children that they have a portion of the God of Israel. Instead of allowing ourselves to think that we're nothing, that we're just nobodies, just regular people, we have to remind ourselves and remind our children at a young age, at the very earliest age possible, while they're still drinking, while they're still drinking out of a bottle. They have to be told over and over again how they're special, how it means to be a Jew, how a Jew is unbelievable, the potential of a Jew, the power of a Jew, the relationship that you naturally have with Hashem. That's of unbelievable importance. And that's the Yontif of Chanukah, our victory over the Yavanim, and our victory that's expressed by our ability to teach our children about how special they are, regardless of whether they make the right decisions or not, but that inherent value that they have. Instead of the Yavanim trying to take away our inherent value, we have to strengthen our belief in our inherent value. All right, so Hashem should help that we should have a lichtige Chanukah together.
Thank you, Hashem.